Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you guys are new here. So for those of y'all who are new, I am a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for 2 years. I did a residency program and then I went straight into labor and delivery. Rotated all the different floors, ER, med-surg, ICU, and a specialty that stuck out to me was labor and delivery. So that's how I made my decision to work L&D. I never in a million years ever wanted to be an L&D nurse, but it kind of just fell in my lap. That's just a little background on me, but y'all seeing this title, what we are about to get into. We are about to talk about why our nurses leaving bedside. I know y'all see it. Y'all see these nurses talking about millennial Gen Z nurses saying that they sick of bedside, they ready to leave bedside, they getting a little travel pay and retiring. Like, these nurses are tired. So I'm about to just be discussing why our nurses leaving bedside. Like, what's the tea? Why is everybody leaving? Why are these 20-year-olds saying that they're not going to be working bedside all their life and they just been a nurse for a year? Like, what's going on? What's going on? It's an epidemic on nurses leaving bedside. So we're gonna hop right into that. I got 5 reasons why nurses are leaving bedside. Some of these things I can relate to, some of these things I cannot relate to, but I observe it and I see it happening. First reason why nurses are leaving bedside is they just burnt out.
I'm so burnt out now. You know, I haven't done a shift in 6 weeks with the second nurse. And that means I can't take a break. I legally can't leave the ward because I have the meds keys in my pocket. You know, any other job, imagine if you did 13 hours and you didn't have a break, you didn't leave your office, you would think that was unreasonable. I'd be honest, I cry in cupboards. I can't, you know, it's a really awful job. But it is also a job that I absolutely love, and I'm very passionate about how much I love my job. I chose to come into a service that is well funded, well staffed and well looked after, and that's not what we're in at the moment.
Nurses are literally saving lives for 12 hours a day. I know when I first started, it would be a lot. I would feel very stressed out knowing that somebody's life is in your hand for 12 hours. L&D, we only have 1 to 2 patients, but I can't imagine having like 5-6 patients and you're literally having to make sure they stay alive for 12 hours. It's a lot. It definitely can be overwhelming. It's a lot, and some people don't want to go through that all their lives. Of course, our job is very rewarding, but it also can take a real toll. We love saving lives, but again, like I said, it could just be a lot. It could be very stressful. Number 2 on why nurses are leaving bedside is work-life balance, y'all, and I cannot stress this topic enough. Work-life balance, nursing can definitely take a hit on work-life balance, y'all, and that's part of the reasons why I went PRN. If y'all watch my vlogs, y'all know, and y'all are up to date on my vlogs, y'all would know that I went PRN. And I'm still pretty much working 3 to 4 shifts a week. And when I tell you guys, going PRN was one of the best decisions I could have ever made. I would never go back to working full-time, never. And the reason why I stress going PRN so much is because you don't have to work every other weekend. You don't have to work a lot of major holidays. So for me, I only have to work 1 summer holiday and 1 winter holiday, as opposed to being full-time. You have to work multiple winter holidays, multiple summer holidays, especially people who have family and kids. People who work normal jobs, they have the holidays off, of course, but of course we're essential, so we have to work holidays. So having to miss out on holidays with family, that can definitely take an emotional toll for you. I'm a family person, and I know that I wish that I could spend every holiday with my family, especially like all my family's getting older now. Like, I want to spend more time with them. We live away from family. Like, we don't have any family here, so we have to go out of town during holidays to be with our family, and I can't just have 1 day off and then have to work the next day after Christmas. So nursing definitely affects work-life balance. I also have for number 2 about how you have to work long hours. You have to stay over some days. Like, I know last week it was 2 days I stayed an hour late over, which is not bad. Like, I don't even want to, like, I'm not complaining about staying over an hour, because I know some nurses stay over 2 to 3, maybe 4 hours. Having to stay over, it can be very inconvenient for you, especially if you live far, especially you have to work the next day, because it's all it's all a domino effect. Like if you're having to stay over at work, you're getting home later, you're getting less sleep. Less sleep affects your mood. It affects how you work at the job. It definitely has an effect. Like, I don't care what y'all say, like not getting sleep definitely does have an effect on how you work. When it hits 7 o'clock, nurses want to be out the door. They don't want to be charting still. Being a nurse is one of those jobs where you never know if you're going to get off on time. You never know what can come through the door. So another thing I have for number 2 is missing important events, and that can also tie into missing holidays. But when I say missing important events, I'm talking about, I personally don't have kids, but I have coworkers who have kids, and sometimes they have to miss graduations, they have to miss field day, they have to miss award ceremonies, like different things that the kids have going on, like basketball games, football games, like any type of games. Sometimes being a nurse, you have to miss these important milestones, these important events. Nobody wants their kid to feel like their parent is working too much, they're missing all their events. Like, kids do not want to feel like that. And I know a lot of moms do go through guilt when missing important events because they have to go to work. So that's definitely another reason why nurses are leaving the bedside. So the next thing that I have on my list is number 3 for why nurses are leaving bedside is staffing and the workload. All these nurses leaving bedside, of course, hospitals are going to be short-staffed. And working short staff, you're having more patients, which means more workload, more stress, more exhaustion. It's a lot, y'all. Like, it can be a lot. People was ready to leave bedside even before COVID. Of course, COVID made it more prominent, but nurses were definitely wanting to leave bedside before. 1 nurse to 6 patients, and if these 6 patients all have serious conditions, serious things going on with them, it could be a lot. It's a lot, and it can be overwhelming, and this is why nurses are leaving bedside. They're tired of running around for 12 hours. They're tired, and it's just crazy because it's like management expects nurses to just still work at 100%, and it's hard to give your 100% if you're running around, if you're have a very heavy workload, a lot of patients. It's hard to give everything and everyone 100% of you as a nurse. I have not really talked about this in my vlogs, but I did pick up a little side PRN job, and it is at like a psychiatric care facility. And when I tell you the nurse ratios, y'all are gonna think, I don't know if this is normal in like these type of settings, like nursing home, psychiatric care setting, but the facility that I got the PRN job at, it's literally 1 nurse, 1 LPN. I don't know how many CNAs they have at a time, but 1 nurse, 1 LPN, CNA, 20 to 23 patients, y'all. So yes, 1 RN and 1 LPN with 20 to 23 patients. That is literally insane. It's insane. It's literally insane. It's not a lot of high risk patients, but it's still a lot. Like 23 patients you have to chart on multiple times a day, 23 vital signs, 23 people that you have to assess and take care of their needs. That's a lot, y'all. For the number 4 reasons why nurses are leaving bedside is the pay. There are jobs that get paid the same or close to what nurses get paid, and they don't do half of what nurses do for their 12-hour shifts. Like, it's not even close with the workload. When I find out that people in college having jobs that are getting paid close to where nurses are getting paid, it's just like, dang. Nurses are leaving bedside to start businesses, to buy real estate. They're trying to find anything that's more high paying or the same paying for less work, which makes sense because of course we love being a nurse. Well, I love being a nurse. I love what I do, but I want to be able to make the most money doing the less work, if that makes sense. Like, nobody wants to be working so hard and you feel like you're not getting paid for your hard work. Like, nobody wants that. Still have student loan debt, still be struggling on bills. Make it make sense. A lot of nurses are struggling with their bills. A lot of nurses are still in debt, including me. I have student loan debt. So overall, like, we're just not getting paid enough. We're not getting paid. Yes, there are travel assignments. You could do PRN. You could shop around and find jobs that are paying more. You could find a good paying job, but at the end of the day, most nurses are not getting paid what they feel like they should be getting paid. And a lot of nurses are still we're not rich. Like, a lot of nurses are not rich. We should be, but we not. So for number 5, I wanted to save this one for last because I feel like this is the most prevalent, the top reasons why nurses are leaving bedside, and that is physical and emotional strain. Like I said earlier, nurses have been wanting to leave bedside and leaving bedside even before COVID. COVID just caused even more burnout, but nurses been wanting to leave. There's a few nurses that I follow on Instagram while the pandemic was going on. Of course, I follow different nurse influencers on Instagram. I was in nursing school when COVID happened, but during COVID, I would see all these nurses, they would be burnt out. It was one nurse in particular, she literally was like, I'm done with nursing. Like, I'm not a nurse anymore. She took out nurse out of her Instagram. Like, she was a whole nurse influencer, and she took out everything about nursing off her profile. After her work in the pandemic, she was like, she's not gonna be a nurse anymore. Like, she's like, I'm not a nurse no more. I'm not doing nursing anymore. I'm just done. Like, it's just too much. And I happened to ask her, because I had been following for a while, and I'm just like, being somebody that's a nurse influencer, very popular on Instagram, and being a role model and influencer, you posting that you're done with nursing, how terrible nursing is, taking off your profile. Me in nursing school, I'm like, what the heck? Like, is nursing really that bad? I'm really like what is going on? Like, why is all these nurses quitting? Like, why? They're just fed up. And of course, this was during a pandemic, but still. So I've actually DM'd her, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, why do you feel like that? And it's crazy because I DM'd her again recently, and I saw that I had asked her that question, and I was like, oh, it came in perfect time because I just wanted to tell you guys what she said. Of course, I'm not going to tell you who the girl is, but I'm just going to tell you like what her response was. And this was years ago, y'all, so if she see this, she probably don't even remember. So I was like, is it really that bad, sis? And she said, girl, I absolutely hate it. She asked me what kind of nursing I'm doing, and I was like, I like L&D, whatever. And I'm like, I keep seeing these posts about people leaving bedside. Why is it so bad? And this is what she said. Girl, it's just been a hard place to work. Our work environment is poor. We're always understaffed. We have to take more patients than is even safe. Patients are mentally and physically abusive, and there are a lot of patients that purposely taunt you for their own pleasure. You'd be surprised, or take their frustrations out on you, and you don't even have any control over why they're upset. Nobody cares about nurses in a hospital. Just getting patients in and out. It's always at the expense of nurses' staff's well-being. Then add the last almost 2 years of COVID. We're literally fighting a war that can't be won, and we have gotten even less support during this time. It just sucks. It's depressing, draining, not enjoyable anymore. And like I said, like the work, the staffing, the management, you're having to do more work than you can handle. It affects how you care for the patient because you can't give them 100%. Yeah, so that's what she said. This is somebody that was a nurse, worked through the pandemic, and literally was like, I'm not gonna be a nurse anymore, and took out all the nurse stuff out her bio. Now she a nurse. She's still a nurse, y'all. She was probably just a little bit upset at the time, but she's still a nurse to this day. When I say physical and emotional strain, it definitely plays a huge part on why nurses are leaving bedside. Having to take care of sick patients, especially depending on what type of nursing that you're in. There are nursing jobs where you're seeing patients dying every day. You're seeing sick patients every day, cancer patients every day. It's it's a lot. Imagine you working in the ICU or something and you have a patient die every day. It could cause PTSD. And people don't think about these things, like the stuff that you could see in nursing, the stuff that you go through in nursing, not even just seeing sick patients or seeing patients pass away. You taking care of a patient for 12 hours straight, and they're mean as heck to you for 12 hours, literally. I've had that happen, like where the patient is just so mean, not just emotionally, but physically. Nursing takes a physical toll on your body. Like, I'm already starting to have knee problems, and I don't know if just I'm getting old, I don't know what it is, but my body just be done with. When I have long days of work, my body's done with. I'm only 27, my body be done with. So I can imagine people that are nurses for 10 years, I hope they're doing good body mechanics, body mechanisms. Is it body mechanics or body I don't know, y'all. But I hope that you guys are practicing that, because we gonna be broke. We're gonna be broken if we keep doing this for 10-15 years, like we're gonna be broken. But it's definitely a physical toll on your body. Physical, emotional, mental toll. These are 5 reasons why nurses are leaving bedside. I could definitely come up with 5 more, but this is all y'all gonna get for now. The only thing I didn't mention that I thought about as I was talking to y'all is also that patients are getting sicker. So patients getting sicker means more patients in the hospital, more workload, higher patient to staff ratio. So all of that plays a part. Everything ties into each other, but these are 5 reasons why nurses are leaving bedside. I hope you guys enjoyed this sit down video. Comment down below your thoughts. Let me know if you're dealing with wanting to leave bedside, or if you already have left bedside, or if you had this feeling and it went away. Let me know your thoughts on this. I probably would do a follow-up video on how to prevent burnout and prevent from failing all these ways that I discussed in this video. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one.